This computer. Okay, hi everybody. We are live and we are excited. We're going to kind of jump right into this because we have something really fun planned for you guys tonight. But I'm Erica. I am here with the lovely science gal, Amanda, as I named her this week. Because do you guys remember Bill Nye the Science Guy, or is that really dating myself? So we're going to.
He has a new show.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would probably love it. So we're going to science gal this tonight. We really wanted to take Thrive and the 3 steps a little bit deeper because I think as a nurse, I'm a nurse anesthetist. Amanda's a scientist. So as in our fields, we want to know why each thing is working, what it's doing to your body. Why do you feel so good when you take the Thrive experience, and why all 3 steps go together. So we're going to talk tonight specifically about those capsules, the 2 purple or the 2 blue capsules. That is your first step. And we're going to make this a little mini series when we hope you love it. If you're on with us right now live, let us know any questions you have about any of the 3 steps so that we can get to those. If you're catching the replay, let us know that it was the replay, and whoever invited you, if we're not answering them, let them know so we can get back to you. But let's jump in. Okay, so
absolutely.
Okay, so there's 3 steps, the capsules. Tell me, Amanda, why do you love the capsules? What's going on with those?
Yeah, oh gosh, the capsules are really great because they are loaded with B vitamins, which are so important for metabolic health and energy. So on a biochemical level, they're doing a lot. But actually, Erica, what I wanted to do first is, we should start our experiment.
We almost forgot the most important part.
Yeah, because it's going to take a little bit of time. So before we go too far. So what I have here, again, because I'm a scientist, I was really curious how what's going on the very first step in our stomachs. So what I have set up, and it's hard to see, and I just want you guys to know I am a trained scientist and I'm trying to do this as safely at home as possible. So I'm going to put on my protective equipment. But I have hydrochloric acid, really dilute, but it's supposed to mimic what's in our stomach. With the exception of, obviously, there's mechanical action happening in your stomach, as well as everything is heated, but I'm not going to do that at home because it's not very safe. But
you don't have a Bunsen burner in your kitchen?
No, sadly.
I can't believe it. Are you able to turn your camera down so we can watch it while we talk, or would that be weird? Oh, so that might be weird. Okay.
I don't think it will go, but yeah, I tried. I need to work on that for next time. So I'll probably hold it up, but know that I'm doing stuff down here. I am mixing. But I was really curious because, one of the biggest questions is, why is it different to what you can get at a normal store? And what I wanted to just see, because I'm a scientist, was if I provide an environment that's really similar to the stomach, with the exception of, it's in my kitchen, but compared to a actually really supposedly high quality vitamin that you can buy from Target, that's more the tablet style. And personally, I've never felt any different from taking a traditional vitamin like I do when I take Thrive. So I wanted to know what's going on. So I just started the experiment. They're both in here. I'm going to be kind of mixing in the background. I'm not pushing pressure. I'm not poking them. You guys are going to have to trust me on that.
Don't worry. I'll keep her honest. We already talked about it. I love that you did
a better camera setup.
Oh, that's okay. It's going to be fine. We can see your stirring. I was the same way. I thought, this is not going to be any different. It's so cute that you're going to give me a sticker to wear. That's super cute. Maybe it'll match my outfit. I'm never going to feel anything. I almost didn't want it to work because nothing else ever did. I never understood why I was taking prenatals. I didn't feel anything. So anyways, if you guys are watching and you're here because you want to know, is it really worth it? Because I can buy this at Target. So, all right. So while that's happening, and we'll get back to that, a lot of people will look at the 3 steps and say, well, I'm just going to take those vitamins because those look like they have everything I need. So let's talk about the actual ingredients. Like, let's talk about the top ingredients you can see when you make a free account. You can look at the ingredients of everything Lavelle has. Let's talk about a couple of the top ones. Like, one of the first ones on the list is vitamin A. I'm looking at the ingredients down here.
Yeah.
So what do you got for me?
So vitamin A, and you're right. So this is part of the first step, the capsule, and it's actually a fat soluble vitamin, but it is really, really important for immune function, for vision. It's part of keeping your eyes healthy. It's part of, some of you have probably heard of rhodopsin, and that's what really helps absorb light by your eyes. So what's really cool about the Thrive Capsule is it's the first thing that hits your system, right? You wake up first thing in the morning, and it's most of the stuff in there is the water soluble stuff, like your B vitamins. So the vitamin A is part of this first complex, and it's basically going to be there ready to be absorbed when you hit it with the next step, your lifestyle shake, which contains more of the fat that you actually need to absorb vitamin A, which I know we'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, vitamin A is really, really important, especially for immune function, which I know should be on everybody's mind, regardless of what's going on in the world, because we want to keep ourselves healthy. But I think what's really important to notice is when you look at the back of the package, it's one capsule is the 30% is what they tell you of your daily vitamin level. And part of that is because of the delivery system. It's a fat soluble vitamin. And so they're not going to load it to you first off when you don't have the fat yet in your system. So it is also in the lifestyle mix.
I was just going to say, so one of the questions we wanted to make sure we answered is, why do you need the shake? So there's a really good one. So what you're saying is that vitamin A is not doing anything for you, even though it's obviously very important, until you add the shake.
Right. Yeah.
The lifestyle mix. Do you want to talk about now the timing of that? Like, so some people ask a lot of questions about intermittent fasting with Thrive. Can you take the capsule in the morning, take your shake as you're breaking your fast? Do they have to be within the 20 to 40 minutes? Do you have to do it on an empty stomach, or can I have my coffee first?
Right. So part of what you will see from our little experiment here is what actually happens to the capsule after about 10 minutes. And I also have one going that I started before because we want to make sure that we keep this short. But this is the Thrive Capsule, and it has now been 20 minutes. So I timed it. You're going to have to trust me. It broke open at the 10-minute mark, and I'm stirring this other one, trying to talk at the same time. And this is the one that you can get at Target, supposedly a high quality vitamin. Same thing in acid, and it hasn't really done very much.
After 20 minutes.
After 20 minutes, yeah.
That's actually pretty profound.
Yes, and this one, it's not just broken up. It's it's disintegrated. It's like in solution. So what's really the reason why you take it on an empty stomach is so that you have nothing else sitting in your stomach interfering with the breaking down of the capsule. Unlike if you take it with a meal, it's going to spend more time in your stomach. So I totally get it. With intermittent fasting, I actually have used it for a long time before I started using Thrive. And yeah, you have to find a way to make it work into your system and really think about what kind of benefits you're trying to get. So you can absolutely time it differently, but just know that you're not going to get the full effects of it. And this is the reason why. So within that 20 minutes, the capsule itself has opened up, it's disintegrated, it has primed your stomach, your digestive system to take in the absorption, moving it to the small intestine where the nutrients actually get absorbed through your intestinal lining and into the blood. for me, I noticed pretty quickly within that 20 minutes, like, wow, something's happening. And I like to take my shake within 40 minutes if I'm exercising, which is most mornings. And that's when you're going to get the most benefits.
Okay. And I would love for you guys to comment below if you're currently thriving. At what point after you take your capsule do you feel something? I am a former, bold, strong French press coffee drinker, like 32 ounces twice a day. So when I tell you that I needed to feel something, I needed to feel it in order to like be sold on it. And I'll take my capsules. And I think for me, within about 20 to 30 minutes, that fog is gone. It's incredible. So there is a reason why we call them jumper cables. So for you coffee drinkers who were like me and said, no, thank you, I will not be giving up my coffee just because I'm thriving. Oh, look at that.
That's the one that we just started. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would encourage you to, don't get me wrong. I loved the experience of a warm mug in my hand, but now I'll do tea later in the day because I get where you're coming from, mama. But I would challenge you to try Thrive without your coffee and see how good you feel. And I would challenge maybe I know intermittent fasting, I did it for a long time too. And then I stalled on my weight loss. And now, this all comes together. Even for me, I learned something every day. I started switching up when I did my shake right away in the morning, and it did change a lot for me. So anyways, it's always good to try and make your body run better. Okay, so let's move on to the next big ingredient is vitamin B. And I think you kind of already touched on that. It's water soluble. It's going to be taken up pretty quickly, right? Do you have anything else to tell us about vitamin B?
Yes. So the B vitamins, and there's a lot: B1, B2, B3, B5. Folic acid is also a B vitamin. B12. I'm going to try not to totally nerd out from a biochemistry perspective because, oh my gosh, there's so much that you can say about B vitamins. And a lot of it is that just stuff that we kind of gloss over. But if any of you remember learning way back in the day in school about metabolism, electron transport chain, glycolysis. I know, right?
Yes.
You didn't think you would need that in your adult life.
She said it.
But if you remember looking at all of those pathways, they are dependent on B vitamins. The B vitamins get absorbed into your system and they help your body make the nutrients into energy. And there's so many enzymes that are dependent on B vitamins to be synthesized. Oh my gosh, there's just so much biochemistry going on. I could go on for probably hours.
I think that's probably the simplest way to say, why do you need vitamin B in your life? Why do you need it to be bioavailable, right? Well absorbed and in high quantities, which is what our experiment is showing that Thrive does, because that other vitamin, the off-the-shelf vitamin, is clearly not very bioavailable. It's not well digested. Look at that.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of filler.
Yeah, there's a lot of, that's a good point too. And we don't really know what's in those other vitamins. It's the USP, what's the word? They give their stamp of approval. They come into the lab and where they're being produced, and they say, yep, this is quality enough to put our stamp on it. We know what's in it. There's no fillers. Okay, what do you think is the next one? There's vitamin D. I really like to talk about white willow extract. And then the big one.
Sure.
So what do you have to say about white willow? And then there's probably another one.
We can go to those ones. So white willow extract is actually, it's really cool because there's a lot of info. This has been used in traditional medicine, natural medicine for, I think when I was reading about it, when I first started Thrive, 4th century, because of its anti-inflammatory properties. So white willow bark is really rich in salicin. I actually don't really know how you pronounce it properly, but I'm gonna go with that.
Enough for me.
Which is metabolized by your body, broken down into salicylic acid, which for those of you who are like big nerds like me, that is the precursor for aspirin. So aspirin is a synthetic version of salicylic acid that we use for pain relief, anti-inflammatory, but this is different. It's a natural plant extract form, but it's touted for having these anti-inflammatory, relieving general discomfort. So it's really cool that this is the plant extract form.
Yeah.
And you can go read lots of cool history about it too.
I mean, I'm happy to tell you guys my story in another video, because that long one, but I have a lot of chronic discomfort and I have tried everything. When I say that,
me too.
Like I'm a medical person. I love pharmacology and the way things work. But when it comes to my discomfort, I will try anything. Like I'm skeptical. Sure, I probably think it's not going to work because I'm pretty uncomfortable. But I can tell you, I could never go another day in my life without it. It just has made a drastic impact. And when we talk about the DFT, we'll get into a white willow more, I think, or again, but it is drastic when you put it in your body and you can help that. Okay,
anti-inflammatories. Sorry, I just want to take a break. This is the one that I just started at the beginning of this.
So it's been how many minutes?
You've seen
probably close to 10.
Gosh, probably close to 10. And I have not, again, I haven't been poking it. I've just been lightly stirring.
Almost dissolved.
Yeah, I mean, what you can see is the capsule, the outer part, which is not going to break down in acid. But you can see, oh gosh, let me get a little closer. I know it looks
a little
gross.
chunky.
You wouldn't, it's still a little bit chunky in there. And that's, some of it that's just hanging out. You probably wouldn't want to drink this because it would not taste good. And that's why we have it in capsule format. But this is the standard thing that you would get from the supermarket. And I guess I shouldn't say standard. It's not a generic brand. It wasn't even like a name. Sorry, it is a name brand. It was not a generic brand or a store brand. This is the one that's been sitting now for the extra 20 minutes before we started.
So almost still, 30 now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still like rock solid. The core has not disintegrated. But anyway,
what do you think
about that?
No, it's okay. This is really exciting for someone like me. You can tell my face is like exploding over here. What do you say to the question of, man, that capsule's a little big. Can I open it up? Is that going to change their absorption? I mean, it might not taste great. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Everything we're telling you is just, based on our scientific knowledge, our knowledge from our careers. I just want you guys to know this is all, absolutely. We're not making any guesses, or we're simply making guesses, educated guesses, I would say.
Exactly. Yeah. And I should also put a disclaimer, like, I've studied science. we're not given any opinions here that we aren't just pulling from our backgrounds,
Yeah.
But, so yeah, you can break open the capsule. I would agree that I don't think it would taste very good, but there's part of the process is priming your digestive system. So I personally noticed that after I take the capsule, I start to feel a little bit hungry after 20 minutes. So that gives your system enough time to like wake up in the morning. Like most of us don't jump out of bed and start eating breakfast. Like even when I'm trying to get my kids ready, I'm like, are you ready for breakfast? Like, no, because I want to like get going with the day, right? It's because your system's not ready for that yet.
I love when
no, go ahead.
Oh no, finish your thought and then I'll tell you mine.
I was gonna say, so if you absolutely have to, sure, you might get you're probably going to not get the full benefits of using it as directed,
right?
But you will still get benefits.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask that question because a lot of people do say it, and you're right. That's the thing, is that when this product was created, it was designed very specifically. It was formulated. Products were chosen. There's another great video in here with Rob Leininger and Blair Critch that we can direct you to, where they talk a little more about this. But it was designed very specifically to do what it does. So what I think we're basically suggesting is if you want the benefit we're telling you you can get, you should take it as directed.
Yes.
And then I had another thought, but I'll think of it later. Let's talk about the green tea caffeine and the green coffee bean.
Yeah, so
Thoughts?
both green tea extract and green coffee bean. Sorry, I'm making sure that green bean. Yeah, green coffee, green coffee bean.
Yep, that's the one.
There is so much more to these than caffeine. Most people read it and they think, oh, caffeine, you know. Please, oh my gosh, you could again spend so much time talking about it, but they are extremely rich in antioxidants. So green tea has polyphenols, which and again, green tea has other benefits. I know, Ericka, you said that you like to drink green tea in the afternoon because the way that the caffeine interacts with your system is different than the way that caffeine from coffee, for example. A lot of people notice less crash, but that's just a separate thing.
I can attest to that. It's why I needed at 1 or 2 p.m. more coffee, and I don't ever have that craving anymore because it's so smooth. So that's a really good point.
Yes, but there are the antioxidant profile of both green tea and green coffee bean are so awesome. I mean, these are phytonutrients that are in a way protective for our bodies. So oxidative stress, a lot of, you know, these are like really flashy words that people
I should have had a
whiteboard
and I could be like madly writing fancy words for you guys. That would be amazing.
But it's true. I mean, these are things that you hear about because they can be really damaging to your body on a cellular level. And again, not medical advice, but have been tied and scientifically linked to a lot of diseases because in our modern world, we're not kind to our bodies, to be honest.
Amen.
We've lost the way, we've like lost the knowledge of taking care of ourselves from a natural perspective. And something like green tea and green coffee beans. I don't know why I can't say that today.
You got it. We got it.
But they're so rich in these antioxidants that help mitigate the negative effects of free radicals. So that's another word that people probably recognize. And the same for both of them, but they're different phytonutrients that are providing that antioxidant benefit. So green tea is rich in polyphenols, and I think the main one in I think I wrote it down so I didn't want to mispronounce it for the coffee bean, chlorogenic acid. And that's supposed to be the most bioavailable ingredient in green coffee bean extract. There's also some science behind how it can also help with weight loss. And you know, this is, again, these are not miracle drugs. Those don't exist.
No,
but that doesn't mean that you should dismiss it because there is science behind it, but it's not like you're gonna take it and shed 100 pounds overnight or, you know, in a month or something. But there is science behind it.
Right. And I love to listen to our CEOs talk about the ingredients and the whys in a lot of our trainings. And so I love when Jason Camper will talk about thinking about your gut. This is a gut health supplement, gut health plan for total body wellness. Think about your gut as a muscle. You need to literally flex it. I think you guys know where I'm headed with that. You need to strengthen it just like you would do to, do bicep curls at the gym or ride your bike to get stronger and strengthen those muscles. So I really love when he equates it to that. And that made so much sense to me. Like, why are we not literally flexing our guts to the best potential to help your whole body? Because there's very real science, very real proof that good gut health affects your mood, your energy, your mental status or mental clarity, your discomfort. So when someone looks at this and they see, because we get this question a lot, like, wow, it looks like a lot of caffeine. I I can't take caffeine. I mean, again, not medical advice. We suggest you send this to your doctor. But I think that what we wanted to talk to you about is that it's not the same caffeine as your
absolutely
down the street coffee shop.
Yeah. I'm actually one of those people that's caffeine sensitive. I have never been able to drink coffee in my entire life. I'm 36. I'm a mom of 2 young kids. I can't handle it because coffee or even green tea, and even, friends, decaf. I cannot handle decaf coffee. That's how sensitive I personally am to coffee.
So what we would do is have you get together with the person that invited you and make a plan once your doctor has reviewed this for how to start slowly, I think, right? So you don't have to blast into the full amount. Some people do need to start slow, but we can work that out with you once you've been given like the stamp of approval by your provider. So the energy source in the capsule comes from, I feel like, all of the things, but like A, B, the green tea, does it come from anywhere else? And that's why you feel so good. And then we'll kind of wrap this up. We'll look at the experiment.
Yeah, for sure. The B vitamins. I mean, those are really, really important for, again, electron transport. That is your powerhouse, your energy source on a cellular level. The other thing, and I'll kind of talk about this as I'm pouring out, because I want you guys to see, just in this time that we've been talking, this is your Thrive capsule, and I don't know how long it's been, Ericka, but it's not that long.
I mean, I started my timer a little late, but 20-ish minutes, maybe a little over.
So this is it. I know it doesn't look very appealing, and this is probably why you wouldn't want to drink it, but you can see the capsule is completely disintegrated, and I have pretty much stopped stirring this one. I was only stirring the other one. So this is going to be all of your vitamins. It's pretty much disintegrated. And if we compare that to our other little store-bought one that I've been stirring so much, you can still see it, that this is the core. The core has not disintegrated. So we were talking about energy sources. The reason why I wanted to show you guys this and compare it to the Thrive capsule is because it also contains probiotics in there, which in a way, these are going to help with mood support, but also energy support in your intestinal tract. So not that quick energy that we're seeing, why we call them our jumper cables, but it's supporting your system in a much different way. And taking it as directed in this format with a premium capsule, it's going to spend less time in your stomach. That's a super harsh environment. It's made to break down food, kill pathogenic bacteria. This is not pathogenic bacteria, but it's another line of defense for our system. And you can see that it's going to spend the least amount of time in that harsh environment before it moves into your intestinal tract, where it can actually work, do its thing. Something like other probiotics, maybe that you're taking with food, they're going to spend more time in your stomach. They disintegrate much slower, and they're most likely not going to be as effective. Again, this is just my science perspective, knowing what goes on a science level. They're going to be broken down. They won't make it to your gut as much as a more premium quality ingredient and delivery system would.
Got it. Gosh, Amanda, isn't she amazing, you guys? Like, my mind is, I'm writing down ideas for how to experiment with the lifestyle mix right now. I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah, I've got some ideas.
I know, I'm sure you do. Well, you guys, I think that we're going to wrap it up here, but please put a question below if we didn't cover an ingredient that you're like, what the heck is this? How does it work? Why is it in there? Or why do we think it's in there? And let us know what questions we missed. But I'm really excited to talk about the shake next time and kind of really bring this all together. So we appreciate you joining Science Gal, Dr. Amanda today. And we will see you next time. Is there any last thing that you want to wrap up?
No, I really just hope that this it's just an illustration of the difference in premium delivery, premium ingredients, the intention that goes into the formulation and the delivery system is important. It matters. It's well thought out compared to, you know, a one-shot type approach. They're made to be affordable, lots of fillers. You know, just take this and really think about what's happening to your body when you're ingesting your premium supplement. I mean,
yeah, love it. Okay, guys. Well, we'll see you next time for the for the lifestyle experiment, part 2 in our series. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. See you next time.
Yeah, bye.